All right, welcome everybody. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. It was very fun around here, and but I'm really glad to get back in the swing of things. I need my routine back. It's been all this way. So we are going to do some new rep training, just going over the virtual office, some basics there, how to put it in order, whatnot. We're also going to talk about our Facebook pages. So when you have a new customer, what you should do with them, or you add a new distributor. And then go through our marketing plan at a bit of a glance. We're not going to go totally into depth, but the very, beginning part, say your like the first 6 months, getting to sales coordinator, going that route. And then also I wanted to talk to everybody about what Allie and I came up with our live page this week, and what we had in mind of what we wanted to do with the team. So anyways, without further ado, I am going to go ahead and start by sharing my screen here. Okay, so got a lot of icons up there, you can see. Okay, so I am going to start by showing some of our different things we can do within our virtual office. I want to make sure this, okay, sometimes it kicks you out, so I didn't know if it would do that. So, okay, so this is our virtual office. Once you sign up to become a rep, you will get an email from Juice Plus. If it's over the weekend, sometimes it will be the following business day or during the midnight hour, just an FYI. So if you don't get it right away, that is what's going on. And so you'll log in with your temporary password, and then you are going to come to this dashboard, as we call it, okay? So in your dashboard, you've got lots of different main sort of buttons here, okay? What we want you to do first off, right off the bat, is it will have you, it'll prompt you with this sort of pop-up. It says, do you want to put in your banking information? So what happens with Juice Plus is you get paid about the 7th to 10th of each month. So they finish out the month, they run all the numbers, and they pay you. Your first month will always be a hard copy check in the mail, and then everything after that will go direct deposit. And if after that you do not do direct deposit, there will be like a $3 fee on just to cut the check, mail the check, blah, blah, blah. You do not get any sort of fees with a bonus check, just FYI. Bonus checks are always going to come as a hard copy check that way. I don't know why my screen just did that, but I'm not touching anything. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'll click on this. Anyways, well, I don't know why that's doing that, but that's really fun. So anyways, so with the checks, you want to make sure you're putting your banking information, okay? And then from there, you, this is really bothering me. I want to delete that, but it's not going to, I don't know. So anyways, so you come here, and you're going to come to my personal file, okay? So they give you that temporary password, and that's usually with a bunch of numbers and capital blah, blah, blah. So you can come here and you can change your password. Obviously, you click on it, follow the instructions. You guys are all capable people to do that. Also, edit any personal information. If you move or something like that, make sure you update that. That's super important, because you don't want those bonus checks to get lost in the mail and they don't know that you moved. Also down here, one thing you might know, this representative one-time order. If you wanted to order like our gummy sample packs as an example, you can go there. Now, if you went through there and ordered product, specifically like Trio or the gummies or Complete or whatever, you will notice it is at a discounted price, but it doesn't go towards any sort of bonus that you will be working towards. So we want you to steer away from that. You're not going to get retail sales profits back. You don't get to use it towards your business or your bonus structure. So just an FYI, so when you click on that and you see those things, that is really what that is. So only thing I go through to do that are the gummy packs, FYI. Okay, so this is really important. So you also, once you become a distributor, you have access to websites. So you can click on My Websites, and you can then set up your information. I always like to do first name, last name, your cell phone number, and your email address. Never, ever, ever put your physical address on here. You do not want people to know exactly where you live because this is out on the internet, just to be safe. Okay. You can also put in your picture, which I totally recommend that you do. It is a great way for people to know that this is your actual website. Okay. And then you'll come down a little bit further and you will click here to choose your website. There's going to be something really funky there with a bunch of numbers, but that is something you can choose your own name of your website. So that's really awesome there. And then you'll come down here and make sure that you click the trio for your marquee, and then you're good to go. So if I was to click on my website, it will pull up my Juice Plus website, okay? Now you can do lots of things through here. You can send this to people so they can check out your website. You personally can learn a lot of information through your website. The clinical research, what's in Juice Plus, the ingredients, the children's health study, all of that. It's good research for you as a new rep to do as well. Now, they can buy through your website, okay? I highly encourage you not to use this if you don't have to. Now, I do have people who go to a Tower Garden, my Tower Garden website, and did this like 2 days ago and bought a Tower Garden through that. It was just easier for them to do. They put in their own information. That's great. But when you have somebody who's like a children's health study, you can't do it through this way. You'd have to call the company or do it through online. Anyways, it's just easier that way. And it's good customer service. You are getting the person's information. Hey, why are you doing this? Are you looking to have more energy? Are you wanting to participate in the shred? It's good customer service, and you're writing this information down. So in 6 months, and they're like, Juice Plus, it's been great, but I've been a really healthy person, and I just don't think I need it anymore. Well, 6 months earlier, you said that you've been chronically sick, and you haven't been sick. That is why you need to stay on this product. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it. I haven't been going to the doctors. My kids haven't been going to the doctors. I've had more energy. I've lost weight, whatever. It's just a good way of checking in with them. So anyways, that is your website. We've got children's health study information here. We've got the Tower Garden information here as well. If you don't know about a Tower Garden, poke around here. This is really fun information. I have 2 Tower Gardens. I have one outside, and I have one that I grow in my basement. People think I'm growing things down there, but it is just lettuce, I promise. It's really fun. And then you've got your virtual office information as well. So this is cool. And Christy is on here. And so earlier tonight, I went through her website and she signed up her rep today. Woohoo! Go Christy. So what happens is you can go through your virtual, this part, your virtual franchise area right here. And if you went to, I'm sorry, I got my widget in the way here, so I'm going to move you guys. So if you clicked on the Juice Plus business and you go to join our mission, you can do this through your phone. This is what's really cool. You can just copy this link and send it in a text, and they can then go ahead and sign up themselves for joining the business. You don't have to get their information, their social security number, their banking stuff. You don't need to do that. You hand that off. So that is a super easy way of doing that. Okay. So we're back here to our Juice Plus site, our virtual office, and then we've got 3 different sort of quick links to putting in an order. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to put in orders. Okay, so obviously we have like the children's health study. So yes, you agree, you put in the child's information, and we're going to put in woohoo. And we're going to click on next. This kid's going to be awesome, obviously. And we are going to pick the parents, the sponsor, the grandmother, the aunt, the uncle. Remember, it doesn't have to be a direct relationship there. So that's really awesome. We just want to get Juice Plus into kids for free. And then you would click the child's product. depending on their age, will depend on their product options. If they are, believe, over the age of 10, they have the option for the capsules as well. If they are 12, but I say that, yes, you're right. It'll pop up automatically, but actually you can call and have capsules for the child if they are 10. If they are not 10, you have to like do some extra steps. They just don't think they can swallow it, blah, 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 which is fine. Some people just like to get them for their kids, open them up in the smoothies or in the peanut butter or applesauce, whatever they want to add it to. There's lots of options. If they are over the age of 13, which I do know that's true, they will get an adult dosage of the gummies. So they will get they will take 4 of each color every day instead of 2 of each color. Okay, so then we go to the next page, and we're just going to go ahead and put in the information. So I put in all the address stuff, everything that's highlighted in red you got to have. So first, last name, shipping information, and phone number and email. So that, in a nutshell, is super easy. You click on that little button, it'll automatically populate that information. And then this is what's really cool, and not everybody knows about this. So obviously it defaults to today's date, but if you have somebody who's like, I cannot do this until the 1st, you can put this order in today, but you can post date it for the 1st. That product will not be shipped until that date. The credit card will not be ran until that date. You're good to go. And then every month after that, it will be charged on the 1st of that month. Now, we had a question earlier. I want to choose what date my billing cycle basically goes. Great. We can put the order in today. You pay for the product right now. Then we can change your date. We just have to call distributor support and we can change that date. Some people like it at the beginning of the month. Some people like it at the end of the month. Depends on what you want to do as far as that goes. So anyways, just wanting to point that out. Then we go to all the way up here. So anyways, then you would go ahead and process that order, and then you can add them to your address book. So for future reference, you can have that as well. Now, when we go to submit order just under our regular Juice Plus orders, we've got some options here. Now, it always goes ahead and it defaults to installment. You will have some people who want to pay in full. Just be aware of that. It's a pay in full, but it will still ship out every 4 months. If you have a one-time ship pay in full, you have to designate that. And I can kind of show you what that looks like exactly. If my little guy will go down here, it's being slow. So like as the complete, that's a one-time single shipment that will not ship out again in another 4 months. That is a one-time pay in full, okay? That's the difference. And you can tell here that you can see the gummies and the capsules don't have that option. So if you have somebody wanting to do that, please get in touch with your sponsor. We can figure out different ways to kind of keep you informed of that. So anyway, so if I just add, the capsules here, go ahead and add to cart, check out, and it's the same exact process as the Children's Health Study, okay? Now, say if you're an upline helping out somebody in your downline, or maybe a new rep who started and doesn't really know how to put orders in yet, and you haven't done that with them quite yet, you can change the FIN number to be under them. So if I changed it to, that person, I could go ahead and run report and go from there. Perfect. And then I can put in, say, Andy's, and then it will go under Andy. Now, orders can be moved around if need be. Just an FYI, it's a quick call to distributor support, because I have people who don't sign up to become reps right away, but have orders. And then once they sign up to be a rep, I just change them under them. Okay, so literally that is really all we want to show you of the virtual office. Once you do have orders that go in, you will have these alerts that come up, and it'll show you like, okay, you have 2 new customers that are going to be shipping out in the next 10 days. So then I would get in touch with these 2 people, and I'd be like, hey, just letting you know your order's on its way. Are we all good to go? Do some people want to switch from capsules to gummies or switch their complete order? That's easy customer service for you to be reaching out, and it also ensures that they're getting the proper product, or maybe they're behind on their stuff, or maybe they need it sooner than the 10 days because they just ran out and they're supposed to be starting a shred or something. Super important to be able to do that. Now, when an order does go out, a customer will get an email saying that the product has gone out and all of those sorts of things with tracking information, but sometimes they don't go back and track it. So it's important for you to track that information. And if you go under your PVC, that, I don't know if y'all saw what I clicked on, but this is kind of second level stuff, but you can track where this is going right here, and it'll take you straight to a UPS site. You can screenshot it, send it to your customer, tell them it's on its way. And again, that's great customer service. You want to make sure that that product arrives. You want to make sure that that customer knows how to take the product, 2 of each color every day. You can spread it out. You can put it by your toothbrush so you don't forget. There's little things like that. Okay, so virtual office. There's so much more you can do within this thing that I'm still learning, but we're not going to do that. That's your basics, okay? Now, we talked about that. We talked about this. Now your websites, or your Facebook groups. We as a team are part of Team Together, which is technically, it's like Allie's team. And so we are all under here. We would add new members to this site here, and you just click on it, add them, and then you'd want to, give them a shout out in the group. And within this as well, there's a couple important things that I always like to point out. So under this Files tab here is some really awesome information. So, okay, so there's different promotions within certain periods of your, like your first 30 days, your first 60 days, and then you have like your restart times, okay? Well, from when you are going for your first promotion, which we call our Healthy Living Plan, which is your 500 points in any 30-day period, and then your virtual franchisee position, which is 2,000 points plus a distributor within 60 days, you need to track your orders, because within the system, you'll see a PVC of a lot less than what you would technically be having, because our awesome company gives you the full amount of points for that particular product. Remember how products are on installments? So the computer is only recognizing 1/4 of the total number of PVC points, okay? So like if I put in a trio order and I'm a brand new rep, I get the whole 169.5 points, and I would put that on my tracker. Okay, but in the system, it's just showing 1/4 of that. So when you're going for bonus in all of those things, don't look at that. Let's just check your tracker. And your upline, whomever that might be, a sales coordinator or Allie or myself, they have different ways of being able to track this as well. But the tracker, like I said, it's just a great, awesome Excel spreadsheet. You put your product in there, the date, it calculates it all for you. And the only time you have to do this, remember, is for the first 2 promotions. After that, you don't have to worry about this. You just want to focus on having a qualified business, which I will not even go into tonight, but that's another level as far as that goes. Another way to get paid, basically. Okay, so that's the tracker. That can just live on your desktop as far as that goes. So you've got this page. And then we also have our customer care pages. We have our Team Together one, which is basically Allie's team and her downline as far as that goes. And then I have a specific one for my team, and that's Team Together Strong. So we're all kind of under the Team Together. And then I know another group, we have Team Dream Together. So anyways, I don't want to confuse anybody, but there are different customer care pages per sort of what line you're in as far as that goes. But you want to make sure, if anything, make sure that your customers are part of our customer care pages, whether or not they're fully participating in the shred or just taking the product. they need to be in one of our groups, because it's all about accountability and education and keeping them engaged so they want to stay on the products, okay? Super, super important. I cannot preach that enough. And it's the hardest part is keeping a customer. It is not getting a customer. Keeping them is the hardest part, because they have so many other things thrown in their face, and we have to continue to educate and keep them engaged. Shred group, non-negotiable, is like one of the best things to get your customers involved with. Even if they're not fully participating in the shred, it's still a great idea to add them. And if you're not familiar with our shred group for, let's say, November, we're starting a new one. By the way, December, I've already created the group. I will invite everybody for sure. We'll get going on that. But this group, this month has been awesome. We have added a couple other sideline friends that are just been amazing. We've got a lot of meal prep ideas, exercises. Allie does live workouts, which I am helping with this week. So don't laugh when you see my live video. I won't have Wally either. I'll get my dogs on there. We'll get Renly involved. We'll get my dogs on there. But anyway, so I'm just showing you all the different posts and stuff like that. So again, it's all about engagement. Okay, so we've got that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about our marketing plan or compensation plan. And I'm not going to go like crazy into detail, but I also want you to know sort of your first sort of stepping stones, I guess I could say there. So you are a distributor. The day you sign up to go ahead and either, go into this all out and make a whole business out of this, or you're just going to offset your costs. Everybody starts at the same level right here as a distributor. You've paid your $50. If you do anything and have your own product, you're at least getting the retail sales profit off of that, okay? Now, within a first 30 days or any 30-day period, you have the opportunity to get to this second level, or what we call our healthy living plan. So within any 30 days, if you have 500 points, like we were talking about, say as the trio as an example is 169.5 points. If you have your own order and say 2 others, that would pretty much get you to the HLP, and that would move you up to direct distributor. And that is $100 bonus. Awesome. Just to thank you for being a great, representative with a couple customers. We're going to give you $100. That's fantastic. Throw that towards product, whatever you want to do. And then you move up to 6% commission. So now you're getting a paycheck. Okay. It might not be very big, but it's still a paycheck. Okay. Now, what really we always want people to get to, no matter what, it just makes sense, is the virtual franchisee, I want to say franchise when it's franchisee level. So we call this our 2,000 plus bonus structure. So what that means is in a 60-day period, and I keep saying any 60-day period because so many people in other companies, whatever, network marketing, might hear different things than what we do. They say you have to do this, you have to meet a quota, you'll go backwards if you don't do certain things along the way. Well, Juice Plus is not like that. If you get all the way up to SSC, so Senior Sales Coordinator, and you decide to kind of just cash it in for a while, life has happened, your position will never go backwards. You can always restart and build your business again. Like, that is amazing that they do that. It blows my mind. So, okay. So we get to the VF position and we move up to 14% commission. And so we're making 14% off of any, maybe current team that we have, but we also are making 14% off of our customers. So that also includes a $250 bonus. So right now you're up to $350 just in bonus money. Now, if any of you are at conference or know about our business fall incentive program, basically they have upped this to $300 for just saying thank you for doing this work, which is awesome. They've never given away this much money, and it is just like, wow. Okay. So that in itself moves this total up to $400. Like, that's a significant amount of money. That's awesome. Okay. $400. That's like a car payment if you needed it. That's paying for Christmas if you need it. That's awesome money. Okay. And then there's a step between here and here. But basically this 5% performance bonus, that has to do with having a qualified business. And I talked about PVC points earlier, and what it looks like in your virtual office. So you're always your goal after hitting virtual franchise, which basically means you have 8 people that are doing the shred they're doing the trio, they're doing shakes, and you have one distributor with one order underneath them, and that is your structure. Okay. But then you want to work on getting a qualified business so you can earn that extra 5% business bonus right there. So again, I'm not going to go totally into it there. There's a lot of layers in there, but that is ultimately what we're looking for, is a qualified business. And you can see up here as an example, they give you club level averages, and a club means that's how many qualified businesses you have in your business. So as an example, 3 club to 11 club could earn this much as a monthly average for income. And then you have 12 club, and this is average. You can be well above that, and you might be just a little bit below. It's usually pretty close, to be honest. I mean, I'm pretty close to that for sure on the average. So, and then all the way up to 39 club, but you might even be earning way more than that. So our club levels go all the way up to 100, and then right after the 100 club, then it's like you're just amazing. So, which is awesome. So as far as reaching the top level of the company, there are obviously some steps along the way. Sales coordinator position is the top level of commission that you will earn throughout the company. As you can see, you've got sales coordinator right here. You've got senior sales coordinator. They're all the same commission level. So that's the highest commission level you can reach in our company. And there's obviously some different bonuses along the way. But what is really cool is they are bumping this $500 to $750 for the fall incentive. So basically, you're getting an extra $250 just for doing that. But to get to sales coordinator, you need basically 3 friends who want to do this. If you have 3 people who wanted to do the 2,000 plus, and I always like to say 3, technically it's 2 plus one of these people, but if you've got 3 friends, that's just, it's awesome, because every time you have one of these people hit VF under you, you yourself get a $250 bonus. For the fall incentive, it's $300, okay? So you're talking some serious money here. So if you can hit this position before the end of December, the company is giving you $750. Great, that's grand, that's wonderful. But you know what? They're also going to give you $300 per person that you sponsor. I mean, it depends on where you came in the company, but you have a potential of earning $2,000 just in bonus money during that time. That just is crazy money. That changes lives, people. So basically, that is 3 people doing this to hit this. And if you had 5 people in your company, in your business, to hit that sales coordinator position, you would then be at the top level of our company, which is National Marketing Director. It is what I'm working towards. It's where Allie is right now. They have a full benefits package. Guys, this is huge. I'm talking health, dental, tuition reimbursement. They give you a BIB, which is a business incentive bonus, which they just give you money to go out and help your team. You need to travel. You need to be at this event. You need to be there. They're going to give you that money to do that. They want you to be successful. They want you to grow your business. And they're also wanting you to, have a really healthy family by giving you this option to have a corporate benefits package. You just don't see that in this in companies. I don't even say like ours, because ours is so unique, but network home-based companies. They're going to give you a trip. They're going to give you a car that you have to pay taxes on and pay your insurance on. It actually costs you money. This is such an awesome blessing, and I'm so proud to be a part of this. We like to say that by the time you get to the top level of the company, you're so incredibly healthy from taking Juice Plus as long as you have, that you don't really need to use the benefits as much as some other people per se. But anyways, I like to point that out. There's, like I said, There's a lot of different things along the way, but if you can focus on one promotion at a time, hitting that HLP, great. 2,000 plus. Okay, let's turn around and help a couple other people do what you just did. Sales coordinator. Okay, fantastic. Now you're starting to get it. Now you have options. Now you're going to get to the upper leadership levels. And what does that mean for you and your family? So I dare you to dream a little bit and kind of get excited about this opportunity. You can treat it as a side gig and a hobby, or you can treat it as a lottery ticket and really go sky's the limit with this and put in as much or as little as you want, and you will see return. I did this business when I was working full-time. My husband is a basketball coach and was recruiting like crazy at the time. We lived in Texas. We had no family around, and I had a baby. I had a million excuses not to do this business, but I absolutely loved the product, and I loved what the company stood for, and I felt extremely passionate about sharing it. That's my story, and I totally, encourage you to step into your own. Okay. I feel like I've talked a lot. All right, I'm going to stop sharing that screen, and I am going to open it up to anybody who has questions and maybe wants to unmute yourself and ask specifically about the marketing plan, about the virtual office, how to put it in an order, anything like that. Let me know, or we can, take this offline for sure. And in that being said, I'm going to drink a little bit of water. Yes, Lisa, you have a question.
I always talk first, I might as well here. Can you explain a little bit about like throwing parties? Because I know there are many people that may be involved in other companies to where, like, I have a friend of mine who did Pampered Chef. So he waited till his wife got home, and then it took him 3 hours to go set up everything and set up the party, and it's very time consuming. They do a lot of vendor fairs and different things like that. And what is it typically, for throwing parties or getting people to do stuff like this? I don't know if you want to share what we do or how you want to do that.
Oh, man. It's a great question. Thank you, Lisa. I'm just going to call you that all night. Okay. We call you lots of names, huh, Jason? Okay. So.
Joy Kelly's on is Jason.
Okay. So what I have really loved about this business is there's no one way of doing a certain business, because you can be 1,000 miles away and be my business partner, and we can make this work. Like, being in the same location doesn't matter. We do so many things online through Facebook Live. Allie and I have our own page that we do all sorts of educational pieces on. We talk about healthy tips for the holiday. We talk about Juice Plus and pregnancy, why you should be eating so many fruits and vegetables. And, we have these platforms for you guys to then turn around and share with other people. Hey, I'm new at this. I don't really understand exactly everything about it. I'm learning as I go, but you know what? I can definitely get you in contact, or send you this video, or do a 3-way phone call with your upline, or we start a 3-way message or a text message. Whatever the person that you're talking with feels the most comfortable with, that is the way you communicate with them. I know I'm doing one this week for one of my new reps, and then I know Allie did one for Lisa and Justin last week, where she created an event. She literally goes live in the event. She's a person. She's talking to you. It's real. And she's just explaining what Juice Plus is. And she's talking about her story. And she's talking about how much Justin and Lisa care about the people that they invited on to that event. That is great. We have old school Facebook parties that we do as well. I honestly can say I haven't done one since I got back from conference, and I'm kind of thankful. But basically it's just, information through a post. It's a lot of reading, some videos and whatnot, but it's still very good. Some people really like that, and that's okay. And we can do that. We have, I've got Christy on here. She's one of my new reps, going for 2,000 plus this month. And we started just a group for her, just specific to her and some of the people that she wanted to invite on there. We keep it very specific to what she's trying to do. She and I went live in it. She told her story. It was very intimate versus like putting it out there on Facebook. And it's a great way for her to educate the people that she's reaching out to. Live, like in-person events. We have to watch how we say that. Live, because that's like Facebook Live, or in-person events. In-person events could be something really big. Like we just did a panel in Lawrence where we had about 30 people there. We streamed it live. It was a big to-do. Or you could do a one-on-one coffee date. And that is just as impactful as a big panel event. So you're just wanting to go out with somebody and talk more about the business or the product or both, that is just as much of an event as doing a big, to do. So I think what's important when you're first starting out is really thinking in your mind, and we call it a memory jogger, but to me it's so much more important than that. It's really like your list of loved ones and people you care about and really truly need this product or this business. Because within our company we offer a lot of things to people, but we offer three main things. We offer health through our products, 100%. We offer time freedom. I have never had so much fun doing what I'm doing on my own time and making my own schedule. It has been amazing for me. And I never knew I could love that, because I really loved being in an office setting and around other people, but you're my people and I get to hang out with you like this. And then also we have unlimited financial options for you. I mean, sky's the limit for your finances. So if you want to put in a little bit of extra work on the side of what you're already doing, because I know most of you guys work right now. I'm totally sensitive to that. And I was you. You put in a little bit of extra time every day with sending out messages in the morning, you are going to reap the benefits. I'm talking like 10 messages a day. Check them in the evening. Next 10 messages a day, check them in the evening. Whatever you need to do to start getting that momentum going, and it's such good practice. The only difference between you as a brand new rep and say somebody like myself or Allie who've been doing this for 6 years, 8 years like Allie, we have just heard no more than you have. And it literally, that's fine. You don't want to hear this now? Then that's fine. I have had so many people who have come back to me years later. I know you want to hear that. Years, you're trying to build a business now and get a paycheck, but want to see that I have been consistent with this, that it's not some sort of fad. My God, it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. People just like can't wrap their brain around that. And that it really is something, that's reputable. And so it is very important for you to be the product of the product, be consistent. That is like the biggest advice that I can give you is be super consistent. Touch your business every single day. And even if it's that just logging into your virtual office and checking up with your customers, that counts. Love on your customers always. Even if you don't have anything going on right now, don't have events on the calendar or anything, love on your customers. They will turn into raving fans. They will turn into distributors. I can't even tell you how many customers turn distributors that I have had in my business. So super important. Justin, I hope that answers your question. But you know what? Go ahead.
Oh, that's good. I just wanted to get your perspective. I know, like, when we talk about events, a lot of people think about the big events. We do a salad in a jar party every week.
Salad in a jar, once a week. Perfect.
And it was great. We had one today, and we had a mini team meeting because Sarah is a rep of ours, and a rep under her, Julie, came to the salad party, and then we ended up having a half an hour explaining the virtual office team meeting through there. So we have that every week,
Yes.
Which it's not really going on because I get a full week of meals out of it. So we're gonna do it anyways.
Absolutely.
Through that, just talking about where'd you get the idea and why are you doing this and different things through there. And not to give away any of Allie's secrets, but the event we had last week, Allie went live. We set it up and we invited people, and then she did the work and she went live. I know when you guys do the Just Watch Allie, I mean, we invite people to the page and then we watch you guys do it, type of thing. So there's, if we were to put the amount of work that we average out, it would be maybe 20, 25 minutes, per day, some more because we send out more messages, and then we know Lisa's like, I can't get to them these 2 days because we have conferences. So we didn't get to them that day, and we get to them later. But it's about 20, I would say 25 minutes Now we're going for promotion right now, so we're doing more right now because we want to get there to the end, but that's about it.
That's
Kind of guys that are the
awesome.
experts in hard work.
That is awesome, Justin. I love that you gave a tangible number because people think like, me, 8 to 5, I sit in Juju's Plus. No, I don't. But, you as a full-time, employee doing this and going for a promotion with 25 minutes a day, or let's say an hour a day, whatever. That's awesome. And it's so doable. And I love that you talked about the salad in a jar party and then you ended with the distributor sort of. I don't even know how many events Allie and I have done together and nobody shows up. And we're like, all right, so what do? We sit down, we come up with a game plan. What's our next step? What do we want to do? How about this distributor? Let's come up with this idea. Like, it never stops. Usually wine's involved and it always makes things just flow a little better. But but we've never, ever canceled an event. Don't ever cancel an event. You go on Facebook and say it was the best damn event you've ever had, and it was so fun. People are like, ooh, wait, I was invited to that, but I didn't go. It's fun. It's not really lying. You did have a good time with your friends, and that's really what this is about. But I love, Justin, that you talked about just like, we talked about distributor stuff afterwards. It was fantastic. Yeah, it's just an excuse to get together. You're already together. Might as well do it while you're there. That's half of our business. It's just on the fly too. Okay. I want to keep this short. I'm going to finish up with this last thing, and I will be reaching out to you guys as well about this. So Allie and I came up with this today during our salad party for this next week. She is going to be off the grid for the next week. So as far as the live event this week, we don't want to not do it. So the Just Watch page, we wanted to do testimonials, and hopefully on Tuesday, because it'd be Testimonial Tuesday. I mean, that makes sense. But so I have some people in mind, and you probably know who I'm going to point at. Yeah, all of you. That I would like to come on the page and go live. So when I say live, I mean, you're going to go live for 5 minutes, talk about your story, and then we would have somebody after you go live and they talk about their story. I kind of want 3 to 5, depending on who it might be. I might start and just kind of introduce what we're doing. And then, Justin and Lisa can go on, which I've already volunteering you, by the way. Yes. And they're going to tell their story, which is going to be great. And I hope your kids are around. I hope they're screaming. It's going to be real life, which is what we do.
So we'll have to script it all.
Oh, don't script, just roll with it. So we're going to do that. And I don't know what Tuesday looks like for you guys, but I will post this on our distributor page, and I will post it in our 90-day game plan group as well. I think this is going to be really awesome. It's also going to be something you can personally share, that your story. So I love that. So anyways, that's kind of what we have going on for this week. If you guys need any help with phone calls or events or anything like that, I know Allie wants to try to do it all, but she's literally going to be not able to do that. I am here, and I am always able to help with 3-way phone calls or messages or questions, or you can post in our 90-day game plan, or you can just find me on Voxer and ask questions. I am seriously more than able to help. So she'll be mad at me if I told her that I was like, oh, just come to me. But seriously, like, we need you guys to have your questions answered, and I am here to do that. So with that being said, if you guys don't have any other questions, I will go ahead and stop the recording.